Don't regret it forever. You know.
Okay.
사시 부기 주신 메토참 위라링신 인데겐바디 상계 싱두 믹테 오알기 조근 남다 싱라 주파쇼 Yang Guru Ratna Mandala Kamdirya Tayami Sangye Chudang Soki Chognamla Jamchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunamgi Trola Benchir Sangye Juparsho Sangye Chudang Soki Chognamla Jamshu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Jola Benchir Sangye Juparsho Chudam Soki Chonam La Jamshu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Jola Benchir Sangye Juparsho.
Shogi, Shmogi. I want to go back on something here.
No, you promised.
Where is that? Because I taught it the other day and I wasn't quite clear on it. Let me see. Here. These are my notes for teaching the ACI 5. This is a very cool thing where the Buddha in a Tantra says he's doing the 4 schools.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah, and I found it, and it's correct, which is even more interesting. This is necessary for your text to understand where we're going today. So this is actual higher knowledge, okay? Actual higher knowledge, actual Abhidharma, Dundam Chunlumba, ultimate, okay, is unstained wisdom as an end its accessories.
Right.
Okay. But the accessories have 2 parts, real ones and nominal ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember this.
But it seems like, I mean, according to these notes, the ones that are just called Abhidharma are still actual. You see what I mean? The actual consists of unstained wisdom, and it doesn't say unstained wisdom and its unstained accessories. It just says accessories, okay? But then the accessories are divided into real ones and nominal ones, okay?
So nominal accessories are included in actual higher knowledge.
Yeah, I believe that's the way it
I
is.
see what you're saying.
I believe that's the way it is, okay? Or maybe I just made the notes wrong. It's also possible. Real accessories are the levels of concentration that the three higher, the paths that you see emptiness on. Okay? So, for example, Mito Mei, but it seems other ones. But he excludes here Shiraki Nambachen. Shiraki Nambachen means,
So level 8.
yeah, this is a code word in Buddhism for useless meditation, where you just go deeper and deeper and deeper. And in most meditation taught in the world, 99% is Shiraki Nambachen. I just feel better and better and better. I get more and more quiet. It feels more quiet than last year. And that's called, Shirak means feel quieter. But you don't use it. You don't see anything. You don't use it to see anything. You just quiet and quiet and quiet. Breath meditation is Shirak. Okay. So he specifically excludes it. He says, I don't include that in the accessories. it has to be a meditation which you're working on to see emptiness. Okay? This is a debate we had before. We had it in your text. How many of the 5 parts to a person can be accessories to higher knowledge or attending higher knowledge? Clearly, your feelings, your discrimination, your mental seeds, they should all be kind of linked to higher knowledge. But Abhidharma says even your body, because you avoid doing physical and verbal bad deeds when you reach a certain point of understanding.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's part of your body. Okay, we call it a self-restraint.
Right.
Now he says nominal accessories, not real accessories. Okay. So what were the real accessories? Those levels of concentration, like the form realm and the formless realm meditations, okay, are real accessories. But these 3 wisdoms that you get, learning means class time, contemplation is in the car, and then meditation when you get home, but not emptiness meditation, okay? The understandings that come from that 3-part process, and that process is so important that even Sarah Monastery is called Tisam Gomling.
Tisam. They leave the gom for others.
Okay. You know, this is a place for doing those 3. Okay, it's the name of the monastery. And then number 2 is pretty, I mean, when you hear it, it makes sense. You gotta be born with some basic intelligence. And there's people, you know, I was trying to talk to a student recently, and I said, it's just like talking to a horse. It's just like trying to talk to a horse. And I've tried many, many years. And then I was like, this is trying to talk to a horse. I mean, you gotta have some basic understanding. You gotta be born with some intelligence. Okay. So it wasn't you guys. It wasn't you guys, but it was very frustrating. It was the culmination of many years of trying, and I just feel like I'm talking to a horse. Okay. And then I thought, well, they don't have this one. They weren't born with some kind of understanding. And then the great books on knowledge. So these 3 are called not real accessories. Why I'm bringing this up is that your debate today is here. It's right here. It's called Gomba Le Chung Shiro. Wisdom which you get from meditating. But I just wanted to point out, it's not these meditation. It's not these paths where you're seeing emptiness. Okay? And it's not even the levels of concentration. You see what I mean? That directly support the direct perception of emptiness. So kick out those 2 kinds of meditation, okay? Direct perceptions of emptiness. And the real accessories, which is that level, like in the lion's dance. Those 8 levels. Those are real Abhidharma. Sorry, they're real accessories. Now, the real accessories and the just called accessories are still part of real Abhidharma. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a little weird.
I thought not the real accessories.
Here, actual higher knowledge is unstained wisdom and accessories. You see
See
what I mean?
Yeah.
And then those accessories break down into real ones and nominal ones.
Yeah.
So according to this, nominal accessories are real Abhidharma.
Right. Yeah. Again, just to clarify, you said the levels of the lion's dance aren't because they're excluded.
No, I'm saying from his debate today.
Oh, okay.
Because today's debate for Stanley, where he is in his text, is talking about Gom Chungi Shira.
Right.
The subject, the chichen, in his debate text today is the wisdom that comes from meditation, which is not meditation on the form and formless realm, and which is not meditation on emptiness.
Yeah.
It's just going home, meditating about what you heard in class today. Got it? And that one is down here. You see, that one is down here. It's just an understanding that came because you sat down and maybe you did a shargam. Maybe you did a nice meditation. You know, oh, these are the 8 things Geshe-la taught today.
Right.
But that's not direct perception of emptiness, and it's not even the concentration levels that support the direct perception of emptiness,
Okay.
which are in Abhidharma, they get more credit.
Okay.
It's just some general understandings you get from meditating at home. Okay?
But it's still an actual Abhidharma.
I say it's still an actual Abhidharma. Let's see what his text says.
We had a debate before about like book Abhidharma is nominal Abhidharma.
Right, exactly.
No.
Thanks. I
But
was
that's
just
the
gonna say that.
third.
Totally.
It's a nominal accessory, which is
Yeah.
real Abhidharma.
What's an
Yeah.
example of nominal Abhidharma, though?
I don't think there is an example.
What? Come
I
on.
know.
There's actual
being a
Abhidharma
nice
in there.
person.
Huh?
No,
So
that's the string.
scripturally
That's the
we don't
string
have
of the
that.
I
body.
thought the books.
I mean,
The books.
Yes,
my
so
fingers
it's an
are
example
creeping
of the
towards
couple.
course 5
It
here,
has to
where
be
I fear we.
I'm saying it's
actual and
not like
accessories
this.
together.
That's
In
what
other
I'm
words,
saying.
you can't say that a nominal accessory is real Abhidharma. It
I'm
has to
saying
be-
that.
You are saying that?
I am saying that.
Apart
That's why
from.
we are like.
That's my new
I thought
understanding.
the course we said
Now
the books.
let's go to your text and see
Yeah,
if
this is
see
new.
if it makes sense.
not comfortable.
Let's go to see.
Okay.
Not comfortable. Devil may
might
be.
just be-
Okay, they're taking something else downstairs.
Yeah, I know. Okay, where were we on your text?
Yeah.
5 minutes. No, just kidding.
Okay, now here's his debate. Okay, we had the question, we had the kachik, we didn't debate yet. Here's the kachik. De kamsu in the desire realm, path abhidharma, right? Lamun, which is an unusual expression. I would almost think it's a printing error, but it's possible. Low possibility. Path abhidharma, gyurpe, gom chungi shero. You see? Wisdom which comes from meditation, which is one of the nominal accessories.
Nominal accessory.
Okay? It's not a real accessory. Real accessories are lion's
The
den.
three
Yeah,
paths.
The
Meditation that supports.
Meditation on the formless realm. Now, if you use that platform to see emptiness directly, that's unquestionably
Real
real
accessory.
Abhidharma, ultimate Abhidharma. Okay? So, but they are real accessories
Right.
because they have to be there when you see emptiness directly. They have to support, that kind of focus has to support it. The first 8 levels of the lion's dance have to support the 9th. Okay, it's the elevator to the 9th floor. Okay? So, he says there's no such thing as wisdom which comes from meditation, which can be path abhidharma in the desire realm. In the desire realm. Okay? Why? Because you cannot meditate in the desire realm.
Yeah. And CMT is directly.
No, at
No,
all.
and meditate. Because once you're,
It's not possible to meditate in the desire realm.
because you're out of desire.
That's the air conditioner.
Not considered meditation here.
Yeah.
Well, if they're defining meditation as a platform from which you're going to see emptiness.
No, he's not.
Or
Anyway,
Is he
that
equivocating?
let's see where we go. Let's see where we go.
Kachi.
Don't forget, dupe se du means, and that's going to come up in words text. Why?
Oh no.
Why?
At the level.
Because you can't have a kunshi in the formless realm?
Yeah, good.
Formless realm?
The kunshi has 3 parts to it. The basis kunshi has 3 parts to it.
Oh man, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, how can you be in the? How can you have a alaya vijnana? How can you have foundation consciousness, and be in the formless realm?
A place that has no form or conception of form.
Yeah, because that's part of those. If the outer world is coming from your foundation consciousness, and then somebody in the formless realm should have form, because they have consciousness, they have foundation consciousness. And then we start to realize that we chose your text unwisely.
I knew that a long time ago.
Because it's not a presentation by Tsongkhapa on the Mind-Only School. It's a thrashing out the deeper problems of the
hardest
Mind-Only School.
points.
Yeah, we should have started with a basic presentation of the Mind-Only School, but the Shenzhen people stole it. Because it's in Tsongkhapa's essence of eloquence. You see, so they already covered it. It's too late. So you're stuck with the deep problems of the
Pick
Mind-Only
it after we start.
Okay. So anyway, did they say do means? So I want to discuss this word with you. taken in by the desire realm. If you're meditating correctly on the lion stance, are you in the desire realm?
Subsumed within the levels of the desire?
It means subsumed within the level of the desire. It means, are you in the desire realm or not?
Yes.
When you're in the, lion stance and you're meditating on the form realm, or you have a form realm meditation, are you in the desire realm?
If you're a
Your
desire
body.
realm being, then according
Huh?
to you,
Your
your
body.
mind
Yeah,
is-
good. I like it. Your body is, but your mind is
Mind is-
not. I propose. Now, let's just say he's saying that. Gom Chung Mei, he says there's no such thing as something which comes from meditation, which is still sitting in the desire. There's no such thing. It's not possible.
But it's wrong.
No, that's Kachi.
Yeah.
That's the reason he gave. Therefore, there cannot be meditative wisdom, which is path Abhidharma. Cannot be.
in the desire realm.
In the desire realm, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. There's no such thing as path Abhidharma in the desire realm. Why? Because there's no such thing as meditating in the desire realm.
Okay.
Basically.
Fine, but it's Kachi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we don't agree.
So
Uh,
we're all right.
Go.
Let's not pack it up and go home just
Having
yet.
convinced yourself it's true, no.
But now, please read, Stanley, and I want you to spend some time with Sugun.
Majula did it's us? Did
I don't know who it
oh
is.
okay. Did tell Dokbe Sad Du Ki Chusen Ki Sherat Yu Kyang Gong Jung Gong Jung Ki Sherat Met
Let's stop there. Let's, when you have trouble with something, what's the first rule?
Break it up.
Break it up. Divide and conquer.
I think confidence is. Yeah.
Okay, Madurna, which means I disagree that there's no such thing as wisdom which comes from meditation, which is in the desire realm. I disagree. Okay, if you disagree, now I don't even know who's talking. Okay,
It's
Could
gotta
be
be that
us.
guy. He's backing himself up.
it's
Yeah.
discipline.
Dupe Seduki, Tusangi Shirab Yu. You can have wisdom which comes from learning in the class and which comes from sitting in the car and thinking about it. That can be in the desire realm. That's possible. He says that's possible. Those things are sitting in the desire realm. But, Kyang, Gomchung Me,
Not meditation.
it's not possible
Mine
to
is
have it.
still Kachi for sure.
It's just not possible. Sorry, I gotta write back to my bosses here. That's like bosses. I have to leave this class on time today. Okay.
My hand up.
Now, so that solves there's his statement. Okay? They're only the first two kinds of wisdom, which come from
Study.
classroom time and
Contemplating.
car thinking. Those two are in the desire realm, but come on, not from meditation. Okay. Now, let's split it again. Please read
From this one.
Sukmena,
Sukmena to Jungdam Sen
Sam.
Sam Jung Medla Gong Jung Yur.
Don't look at this. Anyway, yeah, in the formless realm, it's different. The case is different. Okay, you can have gomchu,
Right, but not the others.
you can have from meditation, but you cannot have from listening in the class
Right.
because there's no sound. There's no sound in the formless realm. Not possible. And because there's no sound, there's nothing to think about in the car.
Interesting.
Okay,
But there's still
that's the
something meditative.
Abhidharma position, by the way.
Because there's no sound, there's no what?
No
Samba.
class.
This is the photo.
Whoa.
Formless. No thought stream.
From
If you didn't hear anything in the
No,
class, you
nothing
can't
to
think about what you heard in the class.
Contemplation.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
can't
But they can
communicate.
still
Abhidharma.
meditate on something.
can't communicate.
Yeah.
It's more abstract,
Yeah.
maybe.
No, you see, if I was a kachik, I would say no. when you do the lion's dance, your mind is in the formless.
Yeah, sure.
So you can have meditation.
But it's
Yeah.
not in the
Right, from what you heard in the desire realm that you brought into your
Yeah.
meditation and took
Yeah.
up to the form realm.
Yeah.
Where
You
can't
took it
hear
up to the
yourself.
8th floor
Right.
from the air conditioner. Okay? Now, here's the last one.
Jukam. Oh, am I supposed to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jukam ki.
Sukham.
Sukam ki. Satu.
Sedupe.
Setupe. Tu sam ni med.
Huh.
Kyang gon sun zun ki. Chung ki. Shera yur. Be. Yube tam.
In the form realm,
There's no sound in
taken in by the form realm, Tusam Yi met.
can't
There isn't any
Listening and
classes in the form realm, Dharma classes,
Right.
and thinking about what you heard in. And I believe, that's going to come later, I believe it's because people in the form realm have no renunciation. So it's not talking about, like, there's no classes in the formless realm because there's
No form.
no sound.
Yeah.
But there's no classes in the form realm because they don't think they need it. They're happy. They're super happy. So they don't have classes. Therefore, there's no thinking, class wisdom and no thinking wisdom. I believe that's where they go. Okay. Sukna Tusam Yokyam Gose Dusam in Jobe.
but there is meditation.
In the form realm,
There
you
is
can have
listening and contemplation.
listening and contemplation, but we wouldn't say it's in the form realm.
What would we say?
I don't know.
If it's in the form realm, would we
He
say
doesn't
it's
go.
in
He
the
doesn't go anywhere.
desire?
He doesn't go anywhere. Maybe we'll get a clarification later. Now we could go to other scriptures and try to clear all this up, or we could just keep going and see if they cover it. Maybe they won't,
That'd be a bummer.
and then hopefully we'll forget about this one. And
Stanley won't because he's got
I'll have to
latest-
figure it out when I do your edit your fourth term.
I can't agree.
Now, just read this one and we're done with this one.
Sapat de.
Sour.
Zawab de Milute. De Kamna Jolam Yud Beche.
Okay, you can't agree to our original statement because what?
If you're in the desire
Because there is path of
There
preparation.
is a path of preparation in the desire.
desire.
Okay, so that means you can't. You have to go back to the beginning. He said
Contemplation.
there's no Abhidharma path. There's no path Abhidharma,
In the desire realm.
which consists of wisdom that came from meditation.
Right.
And now he's taking our counterexample is the second path.
Yeah. Because you have
Now
to.
apparently the second path, which is not real Abhidharma, gets credit as path Abhidharma.
Yeah.
Wow.
Makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah, I think so.
I wouldn't have thought so. I'm surprised.
So path Abhidharma is not real Abhidharma.
Now I'm going to go through it again, okay?
Oh,
Here we go again.
Okay.
What if you add this? GMR, add a ser here to make easier for yourself.
Oh, just.
I'm going back to the beginning of this argument.
You mean when he translates it into English, say they claim.
Yeah, now, now what if we put the ser here? Okay, what if we put the ser here? Which is where it is. Okay, now the whole thing's clearer. I'll tell you why. Look, he said, there's no path Abhidharma in the desire realm, which came from
Meditation.
the wisdom from. By the way, I wrote this company. I said, tell me how to turn this off, and they didn't have the. Anyway, They
It's
wouldn't
an
write you
ancient
back.
company.
Yeah, I keep getting it too.
I don't know if they even exist anymore.
There's
So anyway, yeah, there's no path Abhidharma in the desire realm which came from meditation. Why? Because in the desire realm, there's no wisdom which comes from meditation. Then we say makya. So what if you start? Let's start that way. What's makya mean? I agree to this.
Just
I
because
just taught you makya.
Yeah.
Just-
What was the example with Shintian?
We
We should go to the restaurant because
I like
I
she
like
says I
I
like.
like it. So
Yeah,
disagree.
makya. I agree you like it, but it doesn't prove what you're trying to prove. So makya means I agree with the second part, but it doesn't prove the first part. The first part's still wrong. Second part's correct. So we just agreed. If the makya, if the serna comes there, which it does, you see, I'm trying to help you. Then who says makya?
The other
Oh, the other
I guess it's Kachik.
No.
Oh,
we ask.
oh, we're saying
We
he
do.
claims
We
that
say.
he.
If you say serna, then then his part stops.
Right.
His part stops after serna,
Then we say Maki.
but they didn't put it in there. It's very confusing. Okay. So, and now it makes more sense, okay? I agree with the second part of your sentence. I know you like the restaurant Shinten, but it doesn't prove we should go there. Okay? So tell me what's the second part that we agree.
that
that
there is
there's no wisdom
wisdom
from meditation in the desire realm.
Yeah, which is located in the desire realm. You could say that. But that doesn't prove that there's no
Path Abhidharma.
path Abhidharma in the desire realm which came from meditation. Very subtle difference. Okay, very subtle difference. You got it? You okay? Okay. Now, if he says madhu,
Oh, to our
if anyone said madhu, which means I don't agree to the second part.
that there's no wisdom
Okay.
from meditation or desire.
Now, who's talking now? Who says madhu now?
The other guy.
It's us. No,
Oh,
we
us?
say.
Really?
You know, we say nobody could disagree to your second part. Okay, madhu. No,
Right.
nobody could disagree to your second part. Your second part's right. Shinten does like the restaurant. Got it? You okay? You got to use this in Singapore, okay? Okay, so we're trying to get clear who's talking, okay?
Yeah.
Normally it would be the other guy, but we also say you can't say madhu. Nobody could say tamadhu here.
Nobody can say that there is wisdom that comes from meditation. In desire.
Yeah, say again. Louder.
Nobody can say that there is wisdom that comes from meditation in the desire realm,
Yeah, which is in the desire realm.
which is.
No, nobody could say there isn't any.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're talking.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Right.
Shinten does like the restaurant. We don't accuse us of saying Shinten doesn't like the restaurant. We just said just because she likes the restaurant doesn't prove we should all go there. That's all we're saying. Then they say, oh, you must have said Shinten doesn't like the restaurant. No, we didn't say that. We agree with the second part of what you said. We agree Shinten likes the restaurant. We agree that in the desire realm, there's no wisdom that comes from meditation, which is located in the desire realm.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
we agree with that.
Okay.
Let's go this way and see if it works. Dare tell or dare tell?
Tell.
Yeah, dare tell.
Non-sarcastic.
It is true. It is
Yeah.
too true that Shinten likes the restaurant. Okay, going up. Let's make a note before we
But what
forget.
is it in art
Going up
instead of the restaurant? What is it?
Okay.
It's so
Yeah,
true.
non-sarcastic.
There it is.
Agree.
She does too like the restaurant?
No. There is what wisdom in the desire realm?
There's
there
no
is
wisdom.
Don't confuse me.
No, it is true the case that there's no wisdom that comes from meditation, which is located in the desire. We're saying it is true. It is so true.
We agree to that. Yeah.
Why? Because, and now it all makes sense. Now, who's saying the next sentence? Yeah, we say, because there's no, now go backwards in the sentence, syntax, Tibetan syntax. Because there doesn't exist a wisdom which comes from meditation in the desire, which is located in the desire realm, even though Even though there does exist
Wisdom,
wisdom,
learning and
which comes from learning and car, and in the car. Okay? Okay? Are we okay?
Yes.
This is why we don't make much progress.
We also say,
And we say, okay, we're just piling up things. Desire realms like this, formless realms like this, form realm like this. Got it? We're still talking. Okay. We say, okay. By the way, if you also want to know something else, in the sukme,
there's none.
in the formless realm, you don't have the first two, but you can have the third. Now that doesn't have. He's just saying, I know where these wisdoms are. We're just saying that. It doesn't really relate to his original. He wasn't talking about the formless realm. We're just trying to show that we understand where these wisdoms are. Okay. In the formless realm, you can't have the one from listening. And by the way, below he will talk about sound not being in the formless realm. He'll clarify. This one he clarifies. The next one he doesn't. Okay, Sugmena Tujumishan. Okay, we okay with that one, right? That's pretty simple. And sorry.
So it's still us, right?
We
And we say.
don't do that in English.
Yeah, well. And we say. By the way, the form realm. Okay, there's no wisdom that comes from learning and thinking. Okay, which is located in the form realm. But there is the wisdom that comes from meditation. Which is basically the same thing he said about the formless one.
Yeah. Why not in the formless?
Yeah,
but then how?
Well,
So
in
you
the
can have
next
the
sentence.
meditation on emptiness.
In the next
without
sentence,
renunciation.
It doesn't make sense.
we give a reason. We give a reason for the last. Okay? We give a reason for the last. Because even though people do study and contemplate in the form realm, we don't say it's in the form realm.
Why not?
I don't know.
They travel to the desire realm to study.
We'll have to. We hope he's going to clarify it.
They do negative meditation.
Your body's in the form realm.
Do
but
they
your mind
have,
is in the desire realm when you're listening?
You go to the Daga realm and study. There's so many scriptures there.
There is listening. He might be equivocating.
Yeah, that's what I was.
He might be saying you can listen and you can think in the form realm, but you don't have this wisdom there.
wisdom.
Oh, maybe he means causal. You see, because you
It could
can't.
be.
If you're in a form realm meditation, you can't be listening to a lecture.
That could be too.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That'd be
Not
pretty
talking about
good.
these
Okay.
forms.
That'd be pretty good.
Now, this one is also us. Okay. This last one is also us. And now the whole thing makes sense because we put the Sarah in the right place. Okay. Also us. You can't agree to your first statement that we should go to the restaurant.
Because
That there's
Right?
no.
We just defended this whole argument so far. We are defending that Shenten likes the restaurant.
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all.
yeah.
But then we say, but it don't prove what you want to prove. It doesn't mean we should go to the restaurant. So he gave 6 reasons why Shenten does like the restaurant. But then at the end he says, but by the way, it doesn't prove that we should go to the restaurant. What was his go to the restaurant?
There is no
No,
path.
There's no path Abhidharma
It's come from the wisdom of meditation.
in the desire realm, which came from meditating. And according to him, Joylam does.
Right.
Second path, which is not technically Abhidharma.
Right.
Not real Abhidharma. It's not one of the last 3 paths. Sorry, it's an accessory, but it's not the real one.
Ultimate.
Wait,
No, it says it is the
It's not the ultimate.
It's not the ultimate accessory, that's the real accessory.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
he use the word
Ultimately.
ultimate in there? No, he just used.
Let's keep going.
Good done.
Maybe we'll get some
Good done,
clarification.
Shantima.
Okay, let's keep going.
Tongue, I'm not doing the summary for this class.
People are resigning left and right.
Okay, go.
가직 숭뇽바 층뇽바 임바타
Yeah, he's the guy. Other guy's always gonna say something he does believe.
Yeah.
람제 기뇽바 층뇽바 임베츠나 임베츠나
Yeah, and this is another Shintin likes the restaurant argument.
If it's true,
So it's
that
going to
you have
become
read
famous
one
in the
time,
Sedona School of Trade.
you have 2 minutes.
If you were to
It's true
say-
that you want to leave
Oh
one
yeah.
time.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I have to stop in 2 minutes. I have to do something on video on time, so I have to leave on time. Let's just get the question. Oh, by the way, this argument is this. That's all there is. Okay, then we start another cartoon. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a 2-minute argument. Shungnumba, Abhidharma in the form of books. Okay, the classics. Shung is the classics. Okay, Abhidharma in the form of the classics. Chungman Yimata.
It's Abhidharma.
It is Abhidharma. Implied.
Nominal.
Real.
Or, okay.
Yeah. Oh, it is real Abhidharma.
He's making your argument.
Yeah, it is real Abhidharma. Why?
Path and result.
Because path and result Abhidharma is Abhidharma. It's real Abhidharma.
And we say
And we say Makya,
Yeah, just because
which means path and result
they
our
are
real Abhidharma.
Abhidharma is real Abhidharma. That doesn't prove that the books are Abhidharma.
So he's not on your side about the books being real Abhidharma.
Maybe. Yeah. No, not
What?
ultimate
We're not on
Abhidharma.
his side.
You said it is ultimate Abhidharma because it's one of the nominal accessories
I
which
just
is
said it was
included.
Abhidharma.
Did you just say Abhidharma instead of Abhidharma? Did you just get the doc?
Let's go back to it.
Okay.
Let's go back to it.
It's
Okay.
9:45.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go.
Convenient.
Saved by the. You know this idiom?
Saved by the bell.
It means you're in trouble in the class, and then the bell rings, and the teacher says, "Okay, everybody has to."
Bell.
The
It's
bell
the end of the
rings,
class,
and
the
the
bell
teacher
rings.
said, "Give me this answer," and you don't know the answer, and you go, and then you watch the class, and it goes, ding, 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 ding.
I think it's from boxing.
It's when the bell rings, everyone
is
is up.
from
Yeah,
boxing.
there's a
Yes.
show about it.
I think it's from boxing.
Yeah.
사시
Tuki Jushing Metocham Viraving Shin in Day and Body Sange Shingdu Miteo Agi Jokun Lamda Shingla Chuparsho Yam Guru Rana Mandala Kambira Tayami
개와
Di Gyewokun Sunam Yeshe Sok Shing Sunam Yeshe Le Jungwei Tamba Kuni Toparsho
Shogi. You're welcome. We didn't get ready for this.
That's cool though.
I suggest next time we go back to the Abhidharma Kosha and clarify what's accessories and what's real. And what's
Yeah, let's just dig into that and why they humble, but let's.
Yeah.
Is it in the first Dalai Lama's commentary?
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
Well, it's in your commentary too.
I mean this.
No, not
certain,
different debates.
But he must have talked about the unstained wisdom. And
Must,
accessory.
huh?
I love it.
I was just looking.
It's a good commentary, but frankly, your commentary is better. Your commentary is better. The other one, it feels like he got tired halfway through, or he was in a rush or something.